Yo, what's going on, everyone? So today we're gonna be going over another mega draft because there ain't too much else to do. Honestly, I don't want to clog up the channel with just goon videos. I know it's kind of clogged with goon videos and mega draft vids. I'll probably do like a classic challenge soon, like a grand challenge, or not challenge, grand challenge, but probably some classic challenges. I could afford a few grand challenges, but I want my first grand challenge win to be with Expo, so I was gonna wait for that. And I don't really have a reason to do a grand challenge right now. So yeah, probably get some classic challenge videos in there. Maybe something else, I don't know. If there's actually a good tournament, probably make a vid about that. But anyway, let's actually get into what we're here for, or at least what I'm here for. So we got this match against Haruto, and we have a giant skeleton hog deck, and he has a queen E-giant deck with a graveyard. So definitely a pretty strange matchup here. Also currently top 2000 in the world right now. Like I said in my other video, I'm hoping to get a top 1000 finish because it's been my first time ever. And it'd actually be really cool if I could do that, so yeah. Anyway, let's just get into the review. Alright, so times 4 as always. Don't want to be here for too long. Alright, so I pick Log, obviously, best small spell, and out of all the small spells available, it's still the best one in the draft. No arrows to pick, but I would have picked arrows if there were arrows, just because, in my opinion, arrows are the best spell in this game mode, honestly. Aside from your big spells like Poison and Fireball, arrows doesn't really have a competitor. It's just really good. It can determine the entire outcome of a match if you pick arrows. But anyway, pick Loggy for the best small spell. He picks Queen and Phoenix. Probably picks Queen because there's not too good of a way to kill her. There's a Rocket. That's decent, but usually you're not going to be want to spending 6 elixir on a 5 elixir Queen. And there's no Mega Knight, there's no Peck or anything. Or there actually is a Peck, but I'm not going to pick that. Just, she's a threat, but she ain't that much of a threat to where I'm going to be spending those things on her. So definitely a good pick on the Queen. And he picks Phoenix probably just because Phoenix is the best air card available here. There's minions, but that's literally it. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's the only other, well, Skeleton Barrel, but that's not attacking things. So yeah, literally the only other air card is minions. So definitely a good pick on the Phoenix. Okay, so I pick Firecracker and Mini P.E.K.K.A. I pick Firecracker because, like I just mentioned, there's no arrows, so there's not a good way of killing her. And, she's just really annoying. She just fires behind tanks and stuff and just keeps all over the place and stuff like that. So definitely a good pick there. And I pick Mini P.E.K.K.A. because, one, he has the Queen. Two, I just like the Mini P.E.K.K.A. a lot. He's a really good tank killer for only 4 elixir, does a lot of damage. And three, the deck he's building right now, I obviously didn't know he was going to pick Earthquake, but judging by a Phoenix and a Queen, you can basically assume that he's going to be going for an E-Giant deck, or what do you call it? Royal Giant, maybe a Giant Skelly Hog. But you can just assume that there's going to be some sort of big tank in there, and even not, the Maypick is still really good against the Hog, so definitely a good pick there. Really good for all the tanky cards. He goes for an Earthquake and an E-Spirit. I can only assume at this point in the match that he picks Earthquake just because he's going to picking a win condition that's going to be distracted by buildings a lot. So, well, most win conditions are, but usually most of the time that means you're not going to pick a Skelly Barrel, like a Goblin Barrel or anything. Ram Rider usually goes with Hogs or Royal Giants, sometimes E-Giant. So I'm assuming he's going to be picking one of those. And picks E-Spirit, definitely just for cycle. Definitely makes me think more E-Giant than anything, or maybe a Hog cycle deck, but yeah. E-Spirit can get some decent value if I had to pick Skarmy or Skeleton Barrel or something. Alright, so I pick which minions here, and basically both for the same reason, just the fact that they're both very hard to kill for him. Like I already mentioned, there's no arrows, there's no Mega Knight, there's no Bowler. Rascals are decent against the Witch, but on my side, she is not going to die. And I highly doubt he's going to pick a Rocket Wing, just picked Earthquake. The Witch just sits back, she spawns her skeletons. She's mediocre damage, but She just sits back there, spawn her skeletons to splash damage. She's a pretty bad card, but in draft modes, like, she can be very good just because, like I just mentioned, there's not really a good card to counter her. And I picked minions just because, as I already mentioned, there's no arrows or anything, so they're pretty hard to kill. It's going to be really good for defense, not mainly offense, but just mainly defense. Going to be good against, like, the tank cards. I need, like, something quick, Nova, Mini P.E.K.K.A, so definitely a good pick there. He picks Delivery and Goblin Hut. I assume he picks Delivery because it's pretty decent against, like, the Witch and the minions, so definitely a good pick there. Obviously, it's just also a really good defensive card. Pops out a recruit, does a lot of initial damage. And the Goblin Hut was a pretty good pick here too because there's no poison, there's no fireball. He picked Earthquake, so there's not going to be anything good that, like, counters it and also gets me damage. I'm basically forced to pick Bomb Tower here because those Goblin Huts are really good in draft and they'll just constantly chip away at the tower, and that's not something I want, obviously. It's definitely a good pick by him. So I picked Bomb Tower and Giant Skeleton. Picked Bomb Tower for the reason I just mentioned. You know, obviously it's really good against the Goblin Hut. But I already know that he's going to be going for some sort of, like, big tank or a hog, so Bomb Tower is also going to help against that. And I picked Giant Skeleton because, well, there's two reasons. The main reason is I want a tank for all my stuff, but the second reason is that, like, he's pretty good against the queen. Like, she doesn't fully kill him, and then, like, he just punches her, or he just drops his big black bomb on her and just blows her up. So yeah, that's why I picked him. Picks the E-Giant. And he picks a Graveyard, and I don't really agree with the Graveyard here, because E-Giant, decent pick, sure, he has the EQ, he has the Queen, he has the Phoenix to support it. You know, it's pretty annoying. I can't, like, use some certain troops I'm not going to be using minions on or anything. But the Graveyard just wasn't a good pick because I have Witch, Firecracker, and minions that hit his Phoenix, so it's not going to need to keep my minions for that. And minions are a great counter to a Graveyard if they don't have, like, a poison, basically, or arrows. And obviously he doesn't have either. Neither were available. So definitely a very bad pick on the Graveyard. It will end up getting him some damage later, but it's not going to matter, so definitely a very strange pick. And for my last pick here, I pick Hog just because I wanted some sort of, like, win condition. And his only building is a Goblin Hut, but most of the time he's going to want to be playing that on offense, not defense. So it's either going to force him to play it on defense, or my Hog's going to get some swings. Start off the match. He's going to go for a Goblin Hut, so I just go Bomb Tower. Not too sure if he has Earthquake in hand, so I just play it kind of low, but he does end up having Earthquake, so I just log those. I'm going to burn a bit of Elixir here and just minions on top of Spirit Goblins. I don't want to take this early damage. He's going to go Phoenix. I just go Hog, and the reason I go Hog over here is because he played his Goblin Hut, and he played his Goblin Hut, and he just played his Phoenix. And obviously the Hut would be his best answer, and the Phoenix is also, like, a decent answer, but it's not as good as the Hut. But it's, like, his second best answer, so all I know is, I don't know what his hand is because it's the start of the match, but all I know is that he can't have Phoenix or Hut or Earthquake, so that must mean that his hand has to consist of at least Delivery, E-Giant, Graveyard, and Queen, or, what do you call it? I don't know if I said 5 yet or not, but basically just consists of 5 cards, and E-Spirit, yeah, E-Spirit. And I don't know what's in his hand right now, but all I know is that even if he has a Queen, it's still going to get 2 shots, and even if he E-Spirits, it's still going to get 2 shots. So yeah, I don't know if the Queen actually prevents him from getting 3 hits, I can't remember, but the Hog will at least get 2 hits without the ability. With the ability, I think the Hog only gets 1 hit. So that's why I go Hog, it's not just some random Hog. I know that he doesn't have, like, anything good in response to it. So we can go Firecracker here. I also Mini P.E.K.Ka'd a bit early to get a hit on the Queen, because I knew that he was going to pop the ability, like, as soon as it crossed the bridge, so I just do it a bit sooner to prevent that. I go Witch here because, 1, he's just going to Earthquake my Bomb Tower again, because I know he has it back in cycle. 2, I just used my Mini P.E.K.K.A for the Queen. If I use my Bomb Tower, he can Earthquake the Bomb Tower, and then he's able to go in for an E-Giant. I'm not going to have anything good for it. So playing the Bomb Tower there wouldn't have been a smart move, because he could have punished me with an E-Giant. Which is a decent counter against a Goblin Hut, too. He delivers, I just log it to finish off this Goblin Hut. Once again, he plays Phoenix in his hut, so I know I can get some easy hog shots in, so that's why I go hog there. He's got the queen again. I go giant skeleton because I'm predicting that he's going to predict I'm going to go mini P.E.K.K.A again. And you always want to switch up your defense. You never want to be too predictable. Unfortunately, you get to the king tower, but firecracker, that's basically like, you can't avoid that. Go for split lane pressure here. It doesn't really end up working too well, but that's fine. He goes for a graveyard, and that was actually a decent graveyard, because I don't know if he knew it or not, but I didn't have minions in hand, and I could have gone Witch, but the thing is, if I went Witch, I wouldn't have had enough for Giant Skeleton, and if I didn't go for Giant Skeleton and went for mini P.E.K.K.A, then the mini P.E.K.K.A would have just been shredded, and I would have had to worry about the queen, so I didn't really have any other choice except to just Giant Skeleton, the queen, and then Firecracker on the graveyard to prevent like minimal damage. It still got a decent chunk of damage, but it's nothing like to worry about, honestly, in this matchup. So he gets a decent bit of graveyard damage. A Firecracker got a Witch. Witch in the back, go hog again. Now he has to use his HUD. Log all that. Firecracker takes care of the Phoenix. He takes care of my Witch. Firecracker's back again. He's going to be Queen. Giant Skeleton, same way as Queen. They take her out. He goes E-Giant in the back. So I'm going to go Witch behind Giant Skeleton because, like I mentioned earlier, he has nothing good to kill her, so she's going to get a lot of value. Go Bomb Tower early. Go mini P.E.K.K.A, take care of the E-Giant. Go Firecracker again. Go for another Giant Skeleton because I still have my Firecracker alive. Pretty bad E-Giant on his part. We get a decent push going up now, and he's going to get a really good delivery, but my hog does slip through for a hit. And he lets the Giant Skeleton bomb connect on the tower, and obviously that is not something you want to happen unless you're the one getting the Giant Skeleton bomb on your opponent's tower. In that case, I am, so big money wins for me, and no big money wins for him. But yeah, definitely really good for me. Has to take care of this Firecracker and Witch, which drains this elixir. Giant Skeleton for the Queen again, Witch here. And I'm going to keep doing this because it's going to prevent him from going in, because he has to defend this. And it's not going to let him go in, because he goes with the E-Giant, that's a big triple commitment, and obviously if you spend too much elixir, you can't defend. So, just get another hog chip shot here. Go Firecracker, go Giant Skeleton. He's going to go for a Desperation E-Giant, but it doesn't matter. Get him the Earthquakes, I just go Bomb Tower. And he's just going to let the hog take the tower here, so GG's to this guy. Pretty interesting matchup, because I had a pretty weird deck. We pulled through. You don't always need a real looking deck in draft, and I found that out pretty quickly. This guy's actually a decent player too. 80 top 100 in the world for tournament, and 128th in ladder, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I think that's gonna end the video here, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later. If, you know, the recording software actually ends. But since it didn't want me to end, I guess I'll just say that I already mentioned, but definitely going to be recording a lot end season for my draft games, but I might not be talking just because I'm going to try and be focusing. So yeah, see you guys later.